Gather round, digital dilettantes and erudite eavesdroppers, as we embark upon a labyrinthine exploration of the tribulations befalling Queenzflip and his ill-fated live podcast venture, Improper Improv.
It would appear is kind of like working his way out of the good graces of the No Jumper podcast. Or excuse me, the Joe Budden podcast. And I will give you guys at least some numbers to check with here. Let's check this out. Improper Improv. Oh yeah, this ain't looking good. Wow, that is really bad. Look at this. So okay. Improper Improv was a series that Queenzflip and Joe Budden started on the Joe Budden platform, right? So this is the live tab right here on this platform. And as you can see, wasn't very little live content throughout the history of the No Jumper or of the Joe Budden podcast. I'm gonna have to stop doing that. And then they start doing this improper improv thing. It's doing okay. 200K, 259K, you know, averaging around like 200K and change, right? And then it just stops one day. And it was heavily rumored that the reason why Joe Budden put a halt to this live content was because he felt like it was basically just not high quality enough. You get me? So essentially it stopped for like, I don't know, a year. And then just recently it's made its return. And the numbers are looking a little rough.
Within the esteemed confines of the Joe Budden network, our guide through this rhetorical maelstrom is none other than Adam22, whose musings dissect the meteoric rise and precipitous decline of this endeavor with all the finesse of a modern-day orator steeped in the esoteric of media machinations. What, pray, is this Improper Improve? A phoenix born from the ashes of ambition, it sought to graft the impromptu vitality of live performance onto the structured scaffold of podcasting. Yet, like Icarus of yore, it flew too close to the sun, its wings singed by the conflagration of unmet expectations, unrelenting scrutiny. Adam22, with his penchant for sifting through the detritus of digital spectacle, offers us a tableau of its faltering trajectory, a chronicle not merely of numbers but of narratives, of the interplay between ambition and execution. The genesis and exodus of Improper Improve. In its nascent stage, Improper Improve represented an audacious foray into the uncharted waters of live podcasting on the Joe Budden network, helmed by Queenzflip, a persona as audacious as the venture itself. With its promise of spontaneity and raw engagement, it initially captured the zeitgeist, garnering a respectable viewership and engendering intrigue among the cognoscenti of digital media. However, as Adam22 elucidates, the initial sheen of novelty soon gave way to the grinding mechanics of audience retention and content quality. The metrics, those unforgiving arbiters of digital worth, began to whisper of waning interest. The series, despite its early momentum, faltered, beset by what Adam22 posits as a deficiency in production value and a lack of the rigorous curation that the Joe Budden Network's audience had come to expect. The semantics of failure, quality versus perception. Adam22's analysis delves into the dichotomy between perceived quality and actual engagement, a dialectic that is often obfuscated by the veneer of surface-level metrics. He surmises that Joe Budden, ever the curator of his digital dominion, perceived Improper Improve as lacking the gravitas and polish requisite for sustained inclusion within his network's pantheon of content. The cessation of the series, therefore, was not a capricious act, but a calculated decision, a pruning of the digital foliage to preserve the integrity of the whole. Yet, in the domain of digital media, perception often trumps reality. The return of Improper Improve following its hiatus was greeted not with fanfare, but with a palpable decline in viewership. An indication, Adam22 suggests, of a fractured trust between the creators and their audience. The numbers, those stark harbingers of success or failure, revealed a viewership that had dwindled, a community that had perhaps moved on, leaving Improper Improve to languish in the hinterlands of forgotten digital experiments. Queenzflip's quandary, the burden of expectation. Central to this narrative is Queenzflip himself, a figure whose larger-than-life persona embodies both the promise and the pitfalls of live digital engagement. Adam22, in his dissection, positions Queenzflip's predicament within the broader context of content creator dynamics, where charisma alone cannot sustain an enterprise that demands consistency, quality, and an unerring alignment with audience expectations. Queenzflip's attempts to resuscitate Improper Improve can be seen as a Sisyphean endeavor, a relentless push against the gravitational pull of audience disinterest. His struggle encapsulates the inherent volatility of the content creation ecosystem, where the whims of the audience are as capricious as they are decisive. The Joe Budden Next, Standards and Synergy. The Joe Budden Network, as Adam22 notes, operates within a paradigm of high standards and strategic content curation. This is not a mere aggregation of digital voices, but a symphonic arrangement wherein each element must harmonize with the overarching ethos of the network. Improper Improve, in its original iteration, appeared discordant to this symphony, a jarring note that necessitated a recalibration. Joe Budden's decision to shelve the series, though perhaps perceived by some as draconian, underscores a commitment to maintaining the network's brand integrity. Adam22's commentary highlights the challenges of such curatorial decisions, where the balance between innovation and quality control is a tightrope walk fraught with the perils of alienating both creators and audiences. Metrics as mandarins, the tyranny of numbers. Adam20 into the numerical underpinnings of Improper Improve's trajectory is not merely an exercise in data analysis, but a commentary on the tyranny of metrics in the digital age. The quantification of engagement, views, likes, shares becomes the ultimate arbiter of a content's viability, often at the expense of more qualitative assessments of its cultural or artistic value. The decline in viewership that Improper Improve experienced upon its return is emblematic of this dynamic, a stark reminder that in the realm of digital media there exists little room for mediocrity. The audience's attention, as Adam22 keenly observes, is a finite resource, one that must be earned and re-earned through relentless innovation and unwavering quality. The resurrection and its discontents. The return of Improper Improve, though intended as a renaissance, was met with a lukewarm reception, a testament to the challenges of re-establishing a brand that has fallen out of favor. Adam22's commentary underscores the difficulty of reigniting audience interest once it has waned, a task that requires not merely the resumption of old patterns, but the introduction of new paradigms that can captivate and sustain engagement. This resurrection, rather than being a phoenix-like ascension, more closely resembles a reanimated spectre of its former self, a digital revenant that haunts the very platform it once sought to invigorate. Conclusion. The dialectic of creation and curation. Adam22's analysis of Improper Improve within the Joe Budden Network serves as a microcosm of the broader tensions that define the digital content creation landscape. It is a narrative that traverses the interplay between ambition and execution, innovation and quality control, audience engagement and creator autonomy. Through his dissection, Adam22 illuminates the complexities of maintaining a modern media house where the stakes are high, the metrics unforgiving, and the audience perpetually fickle.